Hello and welcome back to another video. In today's video I'm going to share with you an experiment in guitar building that I've been working on for about 2.5 years. It's a process that has taken a long time, but that I hope has paid off in the long run. I feel like it has, and hopefully you'll try this experiment yourself and draw your own conclusion. It's about relic in guitar and how to find a way to make a relic guitar that looks natural and real and that somewhat mirrors the way a guitar would relic if you were the one to play it. So sort of like a custom relic to your specific way of playing guitar. I have here with me my guitar, Midori. It looks like this. And as you can see, she's reliced. And the thing is, the way I've reliced this guitar is that it doesn't have a clear coat. The guitar has been painted and fixed up and everything, and then I haven't put the clear coat on it. So as I play the guitar, the lacquer wears off. You see, the thing about old vintage guitars is that the kind of lacquer they had on those guitars were really thin, it was really brittle, it was very hard, and so it was easy to either sand it down just by your arm moving across it, or if it got a little ding, the moisture in the air could get under the lacquer and continue the cracks. That's why, for example, on a lot of vintage guitars, they'll get a bump down here because you put the guitar down and it gets a little ding, and then moisture gets in under the lacquer and cracks it up, and the whole side here cracks. So if you have the opportunity to take a look at an old vintage guitar, you can look and you can probably see where the dent is, because often it looks like there is no dent and the lacquer has just been worn off, and it's because there is a dent that has started the whole process of the guitar being reliced down there. And the same thing goes up here. You don't necessarily have this much wear playing there. It's about the pick maybe striking there a couple of times and digging in, and the lacquer being removed, and then moisture into the air, your sweat, other things will make the wood underneath expand and contract, and cracks appears and it starts wearing off. Up here you will usually have your arm basically just using it as sandpaper and sanding down the lacquer. So I made the guitar, it didn't have any clear coats, so I could see what happened. And the truth is, actually, I haven't played this guitar in the 2.5 years I've had it. I haven't played the guitar that much, actually. I mean, you know, not as much as some other guitars, but the thing is, the relicking happens fairly quickly without a clear coat. I could actually see it after maybe something like 10 hours of playing. I could already start seeing the lacquer being worn off in certain area, and so yeah. And if you want to know why the guitar is grey underneath, it's because the sanding sealer that is on here is a solid grey, and that wears off a lot quicker, and that's why. Now, just full disclosure, I have cleaned up the relics on this guitar a little bit just to make it all look a little bit more even, because this wear here, for example, the way I play, I don't get this much wear. If you've seen my Sunburst Stratocaster that I've shown you in a couple of videos before, you can see that it has a lot less wear there, and that's because that's more accurate sort of wear to my playing. Now, for example, here is my Harley Benton guitar, and yes, I have changed the pickguard and done a little mod that has a switch here. There's going to be a video about that at some point. Kind of interesting and fun, at least I think so. And I've also clear coated the neck, and that's why it doesn't look like the original ones. So if you go on Thomann and you're trying to find this guitar, you're not going to be able to, because this neck doesn't look like this when you buy it. But anyway, if you look at the finish, you can see that it's clear coated and that it looks basically like a new guitar. And this guitar is actually older than Midori. And I've played this guitar a lot more. And I'm not, I mean, I'd like to say that I'm the kind of guitarist that takes really good care of his guitars, but that's just not true. I bang them around and I throw them around and I'm not the best at being nice to my guitars. But anyway, so if you look really close, it looks basically new. I have a couple of small dings here and there and some scratches. I don't know if I can pick those up. Right around there you can see maybe that there are some small scratches in the paint right around here. But I mean, most of the scratches are actually on the pick guard, because these sorts of pick guards don't take kindly to being used. But I mean, like the arm carve here, you can't see any marks at all. And so, yeah, polyester is a really great finish, I think. Like, I mean, it depends on how you look at guitars and what you want out of your guitars, but I mean, like, the guitar will look new for, 100 years or something. I mean, it's never gonna go anywhere. You really need to be super abusive, like throwing your guitar from one side of the stage to the other. You have to really want to damage it to really damage it. It doesn't mean that you can't, but it just, that's the way it is. So if you have a guitar that is 2, 4, 9 years old, it will most likely look new. And that's actually awesome. So I don't want to seem like I'm knocking polyester and guitars. It's great, it's just a question of what you want. But if you're trying to relic a guitar, or you're trying to play a guitar so much that it gets all worn down, you really need to think about what kind of finish is on the guitar. So my suggestion is, if you're building guitars and if you're thinking of building a guitar and you want the relic look, experiment with maybe building a guitar and not putting any clear coats on it and see what happens. And if you like the way it wears and you think it looks cool, you can take some masking tape and mask off all the area where you've worn it down, so that you can then clear coat it, and then you can just keep protecting the body so it doesn't get any more damaged. And then you can just peel the masking tape off and sand out the areas with a little bit of sandpaper to make it look nice and have a very natural, like, in between being played, worn down, and relic. I hope this makes sense. I don't actually know if it made any sense. It's a little bit of a rambling video, but I thought this was a fun experiment. I wish I had taken photos of the guitar once every month or something, but I started this before I even knew I was gonna make YouTube videos, so sorry or something. But we'll make this experiment again at some point, because I feel like this is something I want to try out even more. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this short, weird, rambling video. Let me know in the comments below if you did. If you have any questions about it, don't hesitate to ask. I look forward to talking to you guys in the comments below. And until next time, stay awesome and cool, and go and relic a guitar. Cause I really love relic guitars, they look so cool. And the neck feels so nice. Like, you don't know how hard it is for me not to relic this guitar. Like, I love it the way it is. It looks really nice. I like the new guitar look that it has, but I really